Greetings, everybody, and welcome to episode 92 of the Sitcast, aka the Siblings in Cardboard podcast. I'm your host, Noah, joined by my buddy/co-host, Thomas and Justin. Donnie, we love you. One day I know you're coming back. Always like to say hi. Whether you're a veteran card gamer or a first-timer just testing the waters, we are all siblings in cardboard. Guys, lots of big Super Slam Mastery Pack Guardian reveals, huh? How are we doing?
I love that you call out Donnie at the beginning every time, because I'm sure he's our biggest fan.
Hey, look, I know he's out there, and I know he wishes he could be a part of it. So he's always a part of every episode, whether he's here or not.
Okay.
So,
I'm sad.
Guardians. Oh, it's a new set dedicated to Guardians. I'm sure the majority of the really, really, really good cards were all Guardian cards.
Oh, yes. The good cards in the set. The Guardian cards. Good point. I forgot about
that. There's not one domineering card we're going to talk about that is not a Guardian card.
I have to remind myself they showed us some crazy cards much earlier. And I have to remind myself of that. That it's like, all right, this set isn't just the cards that we have seen.
There's some good cards.
We're going to get to it. Boots, right? Woo! Guardian boots.
Right? No, those are generic boots, my friend.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
That's so good.
I really thought they were Guardians. Wow. LSS, please make it make sense. All right. Well, never mind. Before we get in all that, well, how was everybody's week then in the Flesh and Blood world or in other worlds?
Well, I went to Armory and I was 2-0 going into round 3 with Riptide, and I paired up against my friend Jose again, who's still playing Gravy. And the last time we did that, it turned into like a 22 turn. We both went to our last card and had to concede. So we said, why don't we save 50 minutes and just roll a die at the beginning, and then we both get to go home. And so that's what we did. And then I am 5-0 in the league that means nothing on Dash.io.
Nice.
So I am probably locked for top 8. I can't remember if there's 1 or 2 more rounds, or even 3 more. I think at this point 5-0 is top 8 locked no matter what.
Nice. That's fantastic. Well, you gotta let us know when top 8 starts, because I definitely want to catch up on the games, but I want to watch the top 8 ones for sure.
I'll link the round 2 game. The round 3 stuff hasn't started televising yet, so that's the only spoiler that you'll get, other than I'm 5-0.
Okay.
Let's go.
We'll have to take a look at that. Justin, what about you in the Flesh and Blood world?
Just playing more and more Wizards. Just 3-0'd another Armory. I was looking at it. I think I'm on like a 32 win streak between Armories and Talishar, and just like paper practice games and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully I didn't just use up all my good luck.
I was gonna say, normally when we ask this, you're always like, yeah, 3-0, and it's just like, wow, it's like every week. And the Tuesday Armory is nothing to scoff at, 3-0.
Yeah, but every week I have gone Dio into Ira into random deck. I have done that for like every Armory for the past like 2.5 weeks. And we did it again. We did Dio into Ira into Gravy.
Dio is unfavored, right?
It is unfavored.
Verdance or Acilio?
Acilio this time.
Acilio.
I think I'm just going to play him in Kansas because he's very fun and I'm enjoying him.
Dio is approximately the same speed, and like Pulse Wave Harpoon can sometimes just like ruin your entire career.
Yeah, so I think the last 2 Dio games that I've played this week, both of us were fighting our decks. Like, his opener was like boom grenade, pass type stuff. It was like, oh, well, that sucks. And then, but I countered that with a Sigil of Lightning, Sigil of Aether, Sigil of Conductivity pass. And so it was just like, that was a very yakety game.
They went second? Or first, and you went second, you opened up with 3.
No. This was like middle of the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like a middle of the game. Both of us just drew like combined between our hands, maybe 3 block. So it was like, it was just a mess. So we fought our decks.
That's one of the decks I would definitely want to run 3 null time zones if I had it. Null time zone's very good into Acilio.
Yeah,
It
just call
is.
like combo pieces, right? On like the big
Gone in a
turns.
Flash is
Yeah,
just
you
such
just
a
say
nightmare.
Gone in
Yeah.
the Flash, and if you have a second one out ever and they're overlapping, you can say Blast to Oblivion.
Yeah. I have won that matchup under null time zone for 6 turns. That's like not fun. I'm learning that matchup more and more and like getting better and better at it. I think because I have to play it so much. And then Ira's the other one that I just keep playing every single week. And so like my Ira plans are really, I feel like they're really strong right now. And
Defensive
so,
IRAs, offensive IRAs, or it doesn't really
both.
matter.
Both. I've played against Edge of Autumn stuff. I've played against Kadachi stuff. Like it just happens. They're both. Your deck has to be presented in a way to account for both, because the Edge of Autumn deck can just like race you down, and the Kadachi deck just wants to annoy the hell out of you.
Right.
So
I think dual threat
You just play
maybe
differently.
beats you sometimes, but they have to find the 3 dual threats, and they have to like honestly draw their cards, whereas Cilio's
Yeah.
like cycling and stuff.
yeah, I'll see 30 cards when they see 20. So
Yep.
like that's fine.
Yeah, when you get to
But
see
yeah.
your big power cards.
And then Gravy is the reason to play Cilio. So I keep winning that one. But yeah, so we did it again.
All right. So, I think if Guardian cards were to get expensive, that should have happened on Thursday, where I feel like we maybe got the most powerful spoiler of the spoiler season with the card guys, other than the generic cards. But of the Guardian cards, I think that the block card.
Well, I'll put it this way. There's a couple cards that kind of went up and went on the radar. They're not well, are they Guardian specific? Hold on, I gotta double check this now. I believe it is, but I don't think it's a card you're gonna think. Yeah, it is Guardian. It's all right. We'll disclaimer it beforehand. So we're about to talk about a bunch of cards, okay? And if you wanted to pick up any of the cards we're about to talk about, or maybe even cards like this, because I can't stop opening packs of cards and I just hit this nice blood splattered mess, right? So if you wanted to buy something just like that, you could use the links below in the comment, especially the TCG Player affiliate link that we have linked. It's the same website. You don't have to do anything. You just click it. And by clicking it, you give us a 3% kickback just for using the site and buying what you were going to buy anyway. So if you want to buy any of these wonderful Guardian cards, which really there's only like 2 that were on the list, take advantage of that link if you would. There's also streamer dice, binder, sleeves, other various affiliate links on there, but I think TCG Player is the big one, and it's free, and we thank you for even thinking about using it. All right, let me stop opening 100 packs. I'm sorry, this has been fun. So here's the problem. Guardian cards just suck, right? And most Guardians aren't really good right now. And so when I went through and I was looking at like cards that might have gone up, right? Really, it's like slim pickings. I mean, maybe gauntlets, the little gauntlets of Iron Will moved up. You know, Stalagmite, Ram's Head have always been kind of high. I mean, they're 99 and 70 for Ram's Head. But the real winner, we might as well just get it off there. What went up? Anybody tell me what Guardian card that has never been usable until now just went up? Because they're going to try and make it work. Because it's literally, come on.
Earthlore Bounty?
No, it is a dead in the water card that when you have to equip it, it gets really bad.
No, you're talking about
Oh,
Seasoned
yes.
Savior.
Boom! Seasoned Savior to the
So-
moon! Here we go, everybody. Seasoned Savior has now found viability by removing the counters with the card we're going to talk about. You get to take your shield to Anvilime and pound out those -1 counters.
It only took 2 years to print a bad card to help another bad card.
So let's get it out of the way. Season Savior Marvel. Somebody tell me, where's it at?
That's
I mean,
Season
that's
Savior
all those
Marvel.
blackouts. Even when the card was unplayable, the blackout Season Savior was like expensive.
It was okay.
110. It said 110.
Close actually. Close, very close. It's at 100 flat. One sold at 99. Majority have been working their way up from the $50, $46 price tag all the way up. There's now like one page of 8 cards on there, but even the common Season Saviors, that's right. What I mean, the non-foil ones, just the normal ones, now $2 a season savior, up from, well, 52 cents, 99 cents, 50 cents, 80 cents, 50 cents, 30 cents, 30 cents. Somebody got one for 30 cents. Somebody got one for 25. And now look at it. To the moon. Welcome to Flesh and Blood, where even the worst cards will find
That
a
is
day.
penny stock stuff right there.
That's penny stock shit right there.
That's literally buying like some penny stocks and then the
I
company
think it's
going,
only
like,
the like dynasty effect, right? I'm pretty sure they could print a card that says if this starts in play, your opponent gets to laugh at you and you immediately lose the game, would still be worth like $50 in blackout. Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would. It probably would. The Marvels look really sick. People are excited. I don't know. We'll talk about the card that even remotely allows this to be played, but there will be somebody out there who will attempt to remove those -1 counters and have a 3-power block shield, which is crazy.
It's really
This
not.
is battle worn. So block for 3, block for 2, block for 1. Whew. That's a lot of blocks. For those who don't understand, Season Savior is a Guardian equipment offhand that starts with 3 block, but it says when you equip it, put 2 -1 counters on it. So as you bring it into play, it is a 1 block shield. Therefore, there is no reason to use it until now. We'll tell you why later. Moving on, just looking into some other cards that potentially went up for that. I think I pulled over Spinal Crush because I thought I saw it having some movement. Don't have too much because I want to talk about the spoilers. Doesn't look like Spinal Crush actually went up. It's the one that's the most selling card. It's still only at $7 right now. And I can go through. I think Imposing Visage is still sitting around $10 or $11. Stamp Authority is still around $8. And if you just search the word Guardian, even Terra Sunder is still at 10. Buckles at 3. I don't think Guardian is a very played card. Tectonic Rifts at 8. Grandeur of Valhalla actually went down from its $200 to $155. Tectonic Plating's 40. I don't think a lot of people visit the Goldmain Estates at $1.75. Crippling Crush is 37 cents. Holy Bravo. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Bravo. Yeah, I don't know. There's no love. There's no love. There's no market. There's really no Surface Shaking's $4. I mean, not all these cards are amazing. But Oakenold, there's Oakenold. That's $3.85. But not a lot of people care about Guardian. So I only had those two to highlight. And then, Pulverize is slightly on the move. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Not by much though. Pulverize is now working its way up to like the $8 to $10 range. It was below five-ish. So I mean, it's got a little bit of movement. But outside of those that are really faithful to that class, I don't think a lot of people are too big on Guardians. It doesn't. No big wow factor, I think, coming out of this. At least from the Guardian side of things.
The problem is, it's like a lot of these cards are choices for Victor to make, and none of the other Guardians really.
Yeah, but even Victor cards, right? Like don't even look like they've gone up. And Golden Sun's $3.29. That's really where it's been. Goldmain Estate, same thing.
Well, to be fair, Heavy was like, I think the set that they nailed perfectly in terms of both distribution and amount that's been opened.
Mm-hmm.
That's been like the set that it has its other problems, but like that set was absolutely well opened.
Other than the heroes
like
becoming irrelevant within like next set that got printed, I think distribution was
never
good.
Been relevant.
Limited was good. The heroes felt good coming out of the box. Like at least Victor Kasai felt really good. Yeah, and KO. Victor Kasai
That
and
was
KO
like
felt
even
great.
like
Reinhardt
at that
and Olympia
time,
were
Swing
bad.
Big was probably like a $30 card, but if that's like your chase card and it's from an older set and that's the expensive card coming out of the classes, like good set, good job.
There's just not a lot of like pizzazz out of Heavy, right? Like there is and there isn't. I mean, but the biggest card still Grains of Blood Spill out of that, and a couple other things that just aren't really Guardian related too. I mean, I guess the Marvel heroes in some sense, but like even the Marvels took a hit, and Betsy just sits irrelevant as all get out too. And I don't think Betsy's particularly a bad hero. It's just not the time. The meta just does not.
I do think
allow
he's bad,
heroes,
but it's okay. Like that's.
I think her hero power is fine. Like I just don't think Guardian is good.
Yeah, I think Guardian's in a really tough place. Like if ever there was a class to kind of complain about, I mean, I think it's Reinhardt, and I think it's Older Acme, and then I think it's Guardians.
Like,
Yeah.
And then things like Olympia, right? Like I think there are severe hurt heroes, and then there's like a severely hurt class, and it's Guardian. Unless you're an elemental Guardian, and then you're like a little more real.
Jarl's happy-ish, but like I'm looking at the cards again. It's like Trounce and Golden Sun were solid.
They're all.
Big obviously is the Betsy card. Cast Bones was solid but not crazy. Send Packing is like a card every
Big
brute
card.
has to at least look at, but it's not
Yep.
like Windmill Slam. This is making the deck. The Kasai stuff Grains obviously was good. Blade Flurry is probably the best card in
Blade
the
Flurry
set.
is nuts.
Probably one of the
Yeah.
best cards they've ever created for Warriors in the last. Yeah.
Good
And then
balance
they give
too.
us Escalate Bloodshed. Oh yeah, really
Yeah.
good because it's a 2/2. It's
Yeah.
Well, it's the
perfectly
fact that
balanced.
the hero has to have go again from some
True.
other effect on their weapons, because very few of the weapons, other than
Yeah.
like Hot Streak, give you kind of go again built into the weapon.
I think this was one of the last sets where they were like, we're gonna make, because lately, like if you've looked at Designed, your constructed cards are most of your Majestics and your like okay draft cards. Like you pick up a few of the okay draft cards at common and rare, and then you play like mostly Majestics now, right, in your constructed decks. And I think this was one of the last few where it was like not super Majestic heavy.
I mean,
in terms of what mixed constructed.
Verdance runs a healthy mix, right? You've got your
Felling, Plow, Rampant.
yeah, I
King of
know,
Roses.
you revolve around killing people with your M's, but most people do, right?
Right. It was like even looking at that set, right? You had like Seeds of Tomorrow, that was a really good constructed card for a bit. You had the Earth cards that were really good. The issue is the Wizard cards in that set were more targeted towards nobody. So that was like that was a
You're
weird
talking
one.
about Rosetta.
Yeah,
Rosetta kind of
Rosetta.
like wears and come. Yeah, Rosetta Limited was I mean, and I know every set we say the Limited gets better, but I thought Rosetta Limited was some of the best Limited I've personally
It's still
ever
my-
played.
It's still
got-
my favorite limited.
I think so. I mean, I just
Yeah.
I've so enjoyed.
Yeah, so
the
looking at it, like
Rosetta
Destructive
Limited.
Aether Tide has come in and out of lists. Internal Inferno exists. I don't know why. Sigil of Aether is an Asilio card, and that was like your 3 Wizard M's. So that's all.
Yes.
Oh, and Mental Block. So like Mental Block is
Mental block
another
is,
like
is insane.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
good.
So it's like even then, and then like you look at the Earth M's, it's the Felling, the Plow, the Seeds of Tomorrow. All of those are in and out of Verdance lists. Channel of the Millennium Tree was supposed to be a Verdance card, but we all decided to play Bullander. So like, I think it was like if you started Rosetta, and then obviously like Fruits of the Forest and Cadaverous Tilling and Root Bounce have major lists, and they're strong cards. Don't get me wrong. Like, you start with the M's in the set and then work your way backwards. I think is they're the new deck building philosophy.
Let's talk about the new M's in Mastery Pack Guardian. Unless you had some other
Hold on.
price points you want to hit.
We're gonna slam through them real quick. Sorry, because we get
Yeah, we got off on a real tangent. I thought we were just already on to the spoiler discussion.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. This won't be too long. You can only get this card in Armory Deck KO. It's a problem, and it's actually really good. Run Roughshed is now $20 plus, and there's not that many of them, so good luck getting it. Can go buy a Guardian pack, Armory
It's
Deck
probably
KO.
the same thing with like the chess piece and stuff too, right?
Yeah, Savage
Yeah.
Sash has always been high. I mean, I could take a look at it. The problem is that I think it was always 35, and now it's even harder. And then they got the Judge card. Oh God, it's up higher. Good thing we looked at it. So it's at $50 now, and going up. So every one of them, there's a lot of them up there, like the 34, 35 range, but they've actually been bought up since the whole Brute announcement. There's only 3 on there, 4 on there. One of them's Japanese. The rest of them are regular, and they're all $50. So definitely want to grab those if you have any desire, or try and find Army Deck KO and kind of get it all in one place.
They need some kind of limited promo printing of non-foil versions of those at some point.
They do.
Yeah,
They-
these Armory decks have been a great idea because they have like real value in them. Between like the Brute one having Savage Sash, and Run Roughshod, like those were really good cards.
The
You
Bulver-
have like the Gravy deck has like Sawbones and Oyston and Loot the Hold, and like actually good allies in that deck that are exclusive to it. And like each Armory deck has had like good cards in it that are like strong, and you need something like that for new players to like latch onto. The issue is that getting those cards suddenly becomes really, really hard. later
It does. It
on. And
actually does.
I don't know how they fix that problem. Because I like the armory deck idea, but the secondary market coming off of armory decks has become problematic, and I don't know how they fix that.
The limited availability too. I mean, because like they're not going to keep printing them.
KO, I think there was a pretty good confidence level that KO might have hit Living Legend by this point, so it shouldn't have really been a problem because he is very barely Living Legend viable. So if he hit Living Legend, these cards wouldn't even be worth anything.
Sure,
Well,
but
now
like
they brought out another
Processor
KO.
is only available in the Dio deck.
That
kind of stuff,
That
so
is
it's gonna
coming
be
out
like
as a cold foil in the skirmish season, at least. There will be
That's
some
true,
more
yeah.
injected.
That'd be
into
more
it.
available.
We got to
promo.
talk about that. They put a lot of cold foil mechanologist cards out in scrimmage season. There's Techlo Core, but like I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying.
I opened a cold foil boom grenade last week. I'm happy. I only need one more.
Oh, dude, that's
Nice.
sick. Gem pack? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dishonor, get back to it. Dishonor's on the upswing. Let's go $10 and up. So it looks like maybe a couple more people looking at KO. It's definitely had a sort of high from its lows of like $4. And so it's getting up there. Card that is up 525% in the last month. You won't believe it. It's a rare from Outsiders. Just how this life works. It's Humble. So Humble is now a $5 rare. Yeah, who would have thought?
I mean, the card
and
is good,
selling
but
quite well. Yeah, straight up $5, just selling like hotcakes. So Humble Red, if you got them, I'm sure there's like a million of them sitting somewhere. Crazy enough, specifically Crucible of War Breeze Rider boots are at $20 and selling.
yeah, those boots are good.
Which is a little. They are really good. Cold foils, one for cold foil just sold for $144. So if anybody wants an idea on that, but usually you could pick these up. Look at these. Just $7.17. One sold for $3. Not anymore. Now they're all 18 plus. So if you missed a train, you missed a train. Snag still high as ever, $30 plus. There is barely any on the market. Most are lightly played near mint. There's a few of them at 30 plus. So Snag still well in the meta. Ancestral Harmonies through the roof. It's been selling at $25 and climbing. I mean, that card's good. I don't know if it's $25 plus good, but it has been selling quite well for 25 plus, up from, I mean, $8-ish, $10-ish in some cases, not even a week ago. Erase Face, another card at that same ballpark, but less than 10. Now it's $18 plus. So Erase Face finding its way back into the meta. Not really, I guess. What is this one?
It really targets Stash IO. It gets rid of class and talent from
class and talent, so it can't boost.
Yep, you can't boost. I think that keeps Acilio's cards from procking up Volzar. So you're muted, by the way, Justin.
Yeah, I just realized that. Sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, it's really like it hits Acilio, it hits the Earth Heroes, kind of, because they're happy to have block 6, but yeah. Hits Assassin because all the things that say like Assassin attack.
Right.
It hits like Shred and Razor's Edge, but it doesn't hit some other cards here. Mainly hits the
it's like a
attack
mixed bag.
reactions, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't hit the
There wasn't
Blood
anything
Rot.
that says stealth though, or anything of that.
It's
Well,
a hit Blood Rot because
says
it says
Assassin.
stealth. No, I think it's a stealth card.
It says stealth?
Yeah, I think Spike with
We're
Blood
talking
Rot
about
says stealth.
Spike with Blood Rot.
Yeah.
You're right, it says stealth.
Yeah, so specifically this doesn't get affected by Erase Face.
Yeah.
But like Razor's Edge does, I think. Actually, does Razor's Edge say stealth?
Razor's Edge says stealth.
Oh my god, so never mind. That card sucks and if it's Slippy. Don't play that card for Slippy.
We've talked about Ancestral Empowerment, the other Ancestral card. It's still $20 plus. And that's just the rise of Ninja in terms of Ira. And then these are more just keeping things on the Retrace the Paths is like 10 plus now again, starting to climb up. It had an initial hit and then it kind of went back down, and now it's starting to climb again as people want to
I think
fool
there's
around with Katsu.
Well, Katsu, people are like getting excited, and then we start seeing some of these Master Pack Guardian cards, and we start getting scared, and now we've seen that they're kind of
bad, so we're going back up.
Katsu's such a fun deck.
Okay.
Like, if you enjoy that style of deck, Katsu's very fun.
And then just to keep cards on the table, Gold Baited Hook is still probably one of the most expensive Rainbow Foil legendaries out of High Seas at $90.
Wow.
Still well poised. Yeah, probably one of the most expensive arms pieces we've had recent time. The like up there with Grasp and things like that, which is pretty crazy, considering that Grasp is a very old card. And also, but the battle worn tag gets used by multiple pirates. And then last but not least is Censor. Just keeping Censor in the mix. $25 plus meta card. So gotta have your Censors.
I love that card.
Stunlock gravy.
Censor is one of the best cards that they've ever made. It's a 1 for 5.
Card's a banger.
And like it actually, like, you're playing a game, and it's a really cool game of like trying to figure out what your opponent is like willing to take this 5 damage for.
Yeah, I like it, especially if you have any like information or like you gotta like heart of the cards it. But that's what I have. I wish there was more Guardian things on the rise outside of a Seasoned Savior, but here we are. We're being saved by a 3-block shield. Now, how do they get those counters removed, though? That's the crazy part. We're going to talk about that now. We're on spoilers.
Sure. Let's talk about the really, really bad blue do nothing. We love our blue do nothings. Visit Anvilheim. It's a blue block 3 Guardian card that costs X. Remove X -1 counters from a Guardian offhand you have equipped. All right, you got it. No, okay, that card sucks. Let's go.
So the play line, like the good play line with it, is make a Seismic Surge, pay into it for 2, remove 2 -1 counters, so you get 6 whole value off of blue, like 2 blues, because of research, the 5 block that you get plus the 1 resource. But it's only if you get the 1 resource to be useful.
That's not even good. You spent equivalent of block 6 to gain 5 life, like in like only blocking breakpoints and stuff.
Yeah.
And it takes your action point.
Let's jump out let's do 10,000 foot view of what we've seen from Mastery Pack Guardian first, and then we'll get into the individual cards.
Okay.
A couple things about the set for crack shuffle play reasons is this is Valda only and High Riser only. So when you're doing crack shuffle play, it's all Valdemirs and we're all playing High Riser. And High Riser I think is actually kind of interesting.
Pause. I think your audio gain might be up a little high again, because at the top of your voice audio level, you're cutting out on Discord.
Boom, let's fix that then. And that's probably better.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, it's Valda only and it's High Riser only. So we're running into, I think High Riser will be interesting in a bunch of Valdemirs because obviously Valda has the text of whenever your opponent draws a card, create a Seismic Surge. And High Riser wants you to draw cards to get +1, so you're like trading 1 resource for 1 damage. So that'll be interesting-ish to see how it plays, but I don't know. I'm going to get bored of Valdemirs very quickly. The Guardian cards themselves, the new ones that we have seen. The old ones that we have seen, I think, are the Seismic Surge support, which is like the Valda stuff, right? Seismic Eruption being a yellow cost Guardian instant that creates 3 Seismic Surge tokens. That is very good. Her
like
shield being, Testament of Valhai being a Guardwell shield that says if you control 3 or more Seismic Surge tokens, this gets +2. If you control 6 or more, this gets +4.
Like that card too.
It's a base, it's a base block 1. Put them in their place is 6 for 10. It's a Valda spec. Crush. When this deals 4 or more damage to a hero, they discard that many cards, then draw that many cards. That card's very good because if they had a hand they like, they have to get rid of it now and draw it back up. But more importantly, say they block with a card, discard 3 cards, draw 3 cards, you just made 3 Seismic Surge tokens, and you just get to keep the train rolling.
And you milled them 3 cards. Like, the mill is and you not consequential.
3 cards. Yes. And the milling 3 cards thing comes into effect later.
There's lots of mill, too.
Yes, that's the mill thing. All the old one cards, so Blinding, Disenchantment, and Smelting of the old ones, they're all 6 for 10, block 3 reds. We're going to ignore the rest of the text on them. They just say heave 2. And those are powerful because with the play line of make a Seismic Surge, swing an Oathos, that is 6 damage. Heave 2, you put a card in your arsenal, and then on your next turn, you have a 2-card 10. So you spent 2 cards to swing an Oathos for 6. You spent 2 cards to swing 10. That has a 4-card 16 over across 2 turns. Those are all good things to do. Now let's talk about the rest of this pack that sucks. This is Misery Pack Guardian.
Okay,
It's
so there's
rough.
clearly a huge focus on Clash and like mill in this set. I don't know how
Yes.
much that's going to play into like the crack shuffle play or limited aspect of this, but I feel like rather than giving the support that was really needed to like Betsy and possibly Bravo, or even making Valda feel like a completely filled out hero, we got a lot of cards that kind of just smatter and help Victor a little bit, a hero that didn't really need much help.
Yeah. So why is clashing not that great in other heroes, and why is it fine for Victor?
I mean, it's not even that great for Victor at this point because okay, let's look at the one card that I think is like potentially an absolute banger if it found its deck into the right place and using the right strategies is the one I talked about. This card is really strong. Test of Iron Grip. This is a 4-block Guardian block card and says when this defends clash with the attacking hero, if there's a winner, the other hero discards a card. So if you win the clash, you could get rid of attack reactions in their hand. So this is good into Warrior and Assassin. You can get rid of additional chain links in the hand. So this is good into Dash IO and Ninja. But if you lose, you lose a card out of your hand. And if you just throw this into a Victor deck, if you have Test of Strength and Trounce and Pummel and Visit the Goldmane State in your deck, you've now added 3 more misses. You really can't even afford that. So what are you going to take out? If you take out Test of Strength, then
No, that's the best card. That's better than Trounce.
yes, but it's also if you take out a card that generates gold, if you win the clash on Test of Strength, you draw a card, which almost does the same thing defensively as Test of Iron Grip, except you now have more options. Maybe you don't discard that card. And you keep it and use it to, like, hit your opponent with Command and Conquer Pummel and get tempo back. Like,
Yeah. I think LSS has done a really good job of printing cards that read crazy, but are just okay. Right? Like, in the past, in the set that just happened, you read, like, some of the King X harpoons, like Kraken and Shark, and they're really strong. Like, they look like, oh my god, this is busted.
I think that card
But there have been ways to play around them, I've been finding.
Wouldn't you just take Trounce out? Because Trounce is the block 3 block card.
Dude,
and that one's
Trounce
block
is
4.
so strong, though.
Trounce is a house. So you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, in my opinion, where you're having to take a good card out to put another good card in. And that's not what Guardian needed. Guardian needed their floor increased, all right? Blue Buckling Blow is a bad card. Blue Chokeslam is a bad card. Blue Boulder Drop, people tell me it's good, it's still a bad card, right? Those are the cards that needed to be removed. I wanted to see a bunch of Blue Guardian Majestics that were powerful, right? They don't all need to be Terra Sunder, but they need to be above Buckle, if that makes sense. And we didn't get those. And this Clash card in Victor specifically, like, if you play 9 Clash cards, your opponent blocks out on your Test of Iron Grip turn, and they just pass, and you draw up and you have 3 block cards in your hand, what do? Even if you only have 2 block cards in your hand, and they just
a lot of times you have
full
one,
tempo.
and it breaks your hand, right?
Yeah, like,
How are you getting rid of it? You're gonna have to either pitch it and draw it later, which the game might be over before you get there, or you have to hold it and like basically tell your opponent you have a block card.
yeah. I'm not happy with Test of Iron Grip because it is a card that reads crazy. It will find space in the Victor deck because its effect is too powerful, but I didn't want a side grade power card. I wanted higher floor cards in Guardian. And we didn't get those. But we did get this mill strategy, which is like weird.
I actually think Grind Them Down is a pretty good card. It's not the worst blue I've ever seen. If your opponent near the end of the game, if your opponent just says no blocks to grind them down, that's game losing. So
Yeah,
near the end of the game,
especially in limited.
So yeah, this is a 3 cost.
Which one do you have as grind them down?
It's
daily grind?
No, grind them down at the bottom. It's a common 3 cost. Attacks for 7, 6, or 5, depending on the color.
Yeah.
Crush when this deals 4 more damage to a hero. Destroy the top part of their deck.
All 3 are block 3s.
This is a pretty low opportunity cost. If your strategy is getting near the end of the game and trying to mill, and your opponent's sitting at a decent life total where they think, oh, I don't need to block, I'll just take the damage because I need to protect my deck more than I need to protect my health. This card says you're giving me at least a card, and I think that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Also, if you
They
pummel
have
this, it's brutal.
Yeah, if you look at it, they have created a mill archetype. Between that, Leave a Dent, Daily Grind, and Peck Perfect. So, Leave a Dent is a 0 cost, blue block 3. Your next Guardian attack this turn gets Crush. When this deals 4 more damage to a hero, destroy the top 4 cards of their deck. Which, that's a large number.
That is a big number of cards.
It's
super
okay,
eradicate.
but this is sitting in the realm of our blue do-nothings, right?
Yeah, this is like... This, for me, I do like the card a bit, though, because the reason why is in Guardian, I've always really been frustrated. Because a common way to outplay Guardian, and it's super known at this point, is like they throw a Spinal Crush at you. Instead of blocking just 6, you block 9, arsenal a card. Right? Or block 8, or block with your hand, and then just arsenal the last card. Because Guardian will draw up, and there's a very high chance that they're going to miss on a red threat on their next turn. Just because how the Guardian deck's built, you have 33-ish blues. It's like you're statistically unlikely to continually draw a red threat every single hand. Because you're also playing reds like Sink Below and Pummel and things like that, which in and of themselves are not threats. So Leave a Dent is a blue do-nothing, but it's something to do with that full hand of cards that you sometimes get as a Guardian that enables a strategy and a win con. So I'm okay with it. Like, I think it's fine.
One card I actually really like, and I think it's quite good, that's in the common slot, is Crash and Bash. I think this card's just strong. This might be my favorite card in the set. Yep. When this defends, you may reveal a card with Crush from your hand. If you do, create a Seismic Surge token, and it blocks 4. This is a 5 value on defense. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes more, right? Because that extra resource, if you've got like a 4 cost in your hand or a 5 cost and you're already floating a Seismic Surge, this that extra Seismic Surge token can sometimes come across way more than 1 point of value. I think this is my favorite card in the set already. It's very boring, but it's my favorite card in the set.
Well, it works with those heave 2s as well, right? Because say you did like a 6 for 10, you kept the card behind, you heave 2, and then you get to Crash and Bash the next turn. You just get to Dominate for free, essentially. And it like took 1 less card. And also Guardian cost curve, they love putting the good Guardian effects at like 4 cost 8s, which is the worst stat line in all of Flesh and Blood. And this helps clean that up a lot.
Yep.
So I like it.
Yeah, because if you had to ask me right now my favorite card in the set, it's a really boring common card.
Hey, I like the old ones. The old ones are my favorite cards. I don't think it's particularly close.
Which one? Oh yeah. The art.
The heave 2s.
The
arts are great.
So good.
Yeah. I mean, they made them the Marvels for a reason. They clearly want that to be a large part of Valdo's identity. But we'll see. Then Guardian kept getting some weird tech cards, like Clash of Bravado. And
this
they made
card
them
is
yellow.
funny. Yeah.
It's a funny one. Clash of Bravado, it's a yellow 4 cost, 7 power, 3 block. When this defends, clash with the attacking hero, the winner destroys an aura the other hero controls. Noticeably, it does not say token aura here. This would have been awesome when Enigma was around. Because they're swinging their mirror guy at you, and you get to just pop it. In the current landscape of things, it pops a Ring of Roses, but like, that's about it.
So my favorite interaction with this card, and I have to tell everyone that ever brings this card up, is that you're playing Guardian. You run auras in your deck, right? If you ever block with Clash of Bravado and another aura on the defensive chain, and then you lose the clash, your opponent can destroy the aura off of the defensive chain.
Oh, so you're playing like Crumble to Eternity?
Or Daily Grind, and you blocked with Clash of Bravado, Daily Grind, lose the clash, and your opponent goes, I'm gonna rout you.
Yeah, the funny one is, to me as well, was if you lose the clash versus Icelander, you can blow up Frost-Hex.
Yeah,
like, oh, that's kind of funny.
I love that.
Because
like,
you own the Frost-Hex.
Please lose.
Yeah, you like really want to lose that clash. Another weird tech card they gave them was Break Stature. It's a yellow, once again. I don't understand these yellow stat curves because they're bad. 5 cost, 8 power, 3 defense, Crush. When this deals 4 more damage to a hero, destroy an aura token they control. They cannot create aura tokens with that name until the end of their next turn. That is some really, really, really good Runeblade hate.
Yeah.
I mean, some phenomenal Runeblade hate.
It's like really good against Viserai, who doesn't exist anymore.
Viserai and Florian, like, a lot of like his plans are like, hey, make 2 rune chants. You just can't do that.
Well,
And
hold on. Florian very rarely ends with a rune
oh, you have to
chant
have the
on
aura
his turn.
token. Yeah.
So Viserai, a lot of times Viserai might. And same thing with Vincent. Like Vincent, it's pretty good to her too.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Headbutt?
Well, hold on. I wanted to talk about the quote on Break Stature. I just think it's so random that there's a quote from Phi on the bottom of this card. Far be it from us to break with tradition. Phi, maybe.
Yeah. I don't understand that one. I will say one thing. They let Federico Mussietti, once again, draw a bunch of Guardian cards, and the dude is just the GOAT at drawing Guardian cards.
Uh-huh.
Like, all of his art is always incredible. And so, shout out to him for doing a great job again. But Headbutt.
I love this
We
card.
got a blue card.
This is one of the coolest flavor cards in the game of Flesh and Blood.
This card is...
What's all the liquid?
This might be a good one.
Was that supposed to be blood? And they said, tone it down just a little bit. Like, make it sweat, I guess.
Is
Yeah,
it?
I
Is
don't
it
know.
raining? I think it's raining.
Is it
isn't
raining?
It might be raining.
Okay. So this card, it's a blue block
Yeah, that's
3.
rain. That's definitely rain. Yeah, that's
Majestic, cost 4. This can't be defended by non-head equipment. That's so specific. If you have a head equipped and the defending hero doesn't, this gets +1. Again, super cool and specific. When this deals 4 more damage to a hero, put a -1 counter on a head they have equipped. Then if it has 0 defense, destroy it. This...
It's so weird. I think you might run this card. I don't know.
Okay, who is it good into? It's clearly it's pretty good into Ranger. They don't want to ever give up New Horizon. I don't think this does anything.
No, you have to have Headbutt hit twice because it's got to go to 0.
I mean, it's still worth it if you just accidentally kill New Horizon.
It hits the cross wrap if any ranger's still playing it. I don't think anybody much of any rangers still play
Who else would use this? Okay,
I don't think Guardian's
okay.
draw
Let's
enough
just say
for
this
them to
card
play
is
balance
bad.
into you.
This card's just bad because like almost everyone's going to be playing Crown of Providence into Guardian anyway. So
Or it hits Pluma Evergrowth and Verdance. That's like your happy case.
yes, that's the biggest one. Is hitting Plume of Evergrowth, I think.
That's got to be your biggest winner. Flash of Brilliance versus Acilio, but they just block with it.
Yeah, they take their lumps and get their 1 point.
Yeah. I don't know. People say that it's better Buckling Blow. It might be because Buckling Blow is pretty bad. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, I wanted the floor of Guardian cards to be improved. This is an improvement, kind of. Let's talk about the rest of these mill cards.
Okay. There are quite a few. Daily
Daily
Grind.
Perfect or
Lord,
Daily
grind.
Grind first?
Okay, let's talk about Daily Grind. This card is so bad.
So it's a blue 0 cost Guardian Action Aura 3 block. Attack action cards you control get when this defends clash with the attacking hero. The winner destroys the top card of the other hero's deck. At the start of your turn, destroy this. So you play out Daily Grind. You block with 4 cards that hopefully are all attack actions. You clash 4 times. You mill 4 cards.
Yeah, against like decks that are gonna go multi-chain, right? So you just put like one card, and you're doing it to deal deck damage.
Yeah, but there's heroes that you just get like flummoxed by. And I guess you would run this, but it's blue. You don't want to have blues in your sideboard. Like putting blues in your sideboard feels so bad.
I think you would have it in your deck, and it's like you only cast it against them, but then you run the risk of just like drawing a bunch of Daily Grinds at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Because it's also a 0 cost, so like it doesn't work with a Nothos. Which, as we've talked about for Valda.
Yeah, that's such a big deal. Like the one time you swing a
Yeah.
Nothos for just 4 and lose the game because of it.
Yeah, and like as we've talked about, like Valda, I think wants to be running a Nothos. Victor's running. It's a Clash loser, so you don't get to run Miller's Grindstone. It's like it's such a weird card.
Oh, this card never goes into Victor ever.
Yeah.
Like, all his
I
other
think
Clash
this is,
effects
like-
are better.
And here's the other thing that's like why Clash is like, and I was trying to get you to say this earlier when I was talking about like why is this only okay in Victor, is Clash is inherently a high variance, low reward mechanic.
Very
right?
low
We
reward.
there's a thing called like positive variance, right? That has been a big thing that people have talked about lately. And like Gravy, where like You play a saltwater swell, and it's still a 1 for 3 go again, which is like a point below rate.
Now imagine
But
if you
you have
play
the chance.
swell, if you miss, your opponent gets 3 pitch instead, and they get to play like
Yeah,
an unmovable.
but yeah, like your negative variance is it's a 1 for 3. Your positive variance is 1 for 3 draw blue, which is like crazy, right? And that's like a case of positive variance. Or like chart the high seas has really positive variance where the top card is the gold, but
I would
like
say that
the bottom one
that goes in and out a little bit. Like the negative variance of chart the high seas is that you milled 2 cards out of your deck. Like you could have probably got them in there in a different way. Oh, and you played chart, so you milled 3 cards out of your deck.
when you play chart, you know that you have the gold on top, right? Unless you're specifically in a situation you're finding the blue. You're not rando casting it, right? If you're playing the mirror, you should not cast chart just like willy-nilly. But right? But there's positive, like the variance in that card is what's coming off the top of the deck. And since your deck is a bunch of yellows and blues, like your positive variance is you're doing at least what you want, and sometimes you get a positive kicker, right? These cards have like Clash has very negative variance, right? Because all these effects are like if you lose them, they're backbreaking, right? Like say you play Daily Grind and you block your Volda, right? They throw it's the mirror. Actually, let's not do the mirror. Let's just do like, it's a ranger, right? Like it's Marlin.
Yeah.
She threw like a really big pumped up arrow, right? Just like big battering bolt for some reason, right? So you block 12 on it and you clash with them 4 times. And the top card of your deck as Volda is another Daily Grind. And they have an arrow on top.
Well, let's say they have a big arrow, like they have a 6, because you're going to lose that card and you're going to clash again. Now, like, let's say you hit one of your blue 5s. You lose that card, clash again. You hit your pummel. That card's gone too. Like, this sounds like Magical Christmas Land, but after playing into a lot of Victors and even goofing around with decks that are built around clash mechanic, like 9 Thunk Victor, sometimes you just never hit. Usually.
Yeah. And it's like Invictor has a chance to re-roll a clash, right? So like you can look at that clash and say like, this is backbreaking for me. I need to re-roll this now. And you don't get that option as Volda or Bravo or Betsy.
But the clash mechanic inherently, you clash, right? You reveal a pummel. That still does go to the bottom.
Oh,
and
no,
then you
it doesn't go to the bottom.
No.
It goes into your graveyard, friend. You get to clash again with the daily grind procs.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, it's like you lost the pummel. Really, losing red pummel, it's bad.
Yeah, you milled your own deck at that point, which is bad. So it's like... And then Pet Perfect is the other mill card, right? Where it's a 5 for 9, red, blue, block 3. Or sorry, red, block 3, 5 for 9. That's whenever a card defends this. Sorry, I always read this wrong. Clash with the defending hero, the winner destroys the top card of the other hero's deck. So you attack with it for 9. Any card that they put in front of it triggers a clash trigger. So if they block with 2 cards, you got 2 clash triggers. If they block with 1 card, it's 1 clash trigger. 3 cards is 3 clash triggers.
There's no real incentive to block it outside of the fact that you don't want the damage.
This exactly affects decks that want to block with 2 cards, send 2 cards. And even then, like, you've been blocking with 2 cards, sending 2 cards, so your life total's probably high. You just go, whatever, I'll take 9. 9 vanilla, you had to pitch 5 to do it. You pitched your 3-card 9, whatever. I got you, bro.
This might end up being Guardian Burn Bear, where it's like just the evasive damage they have because no one wants to block this thing.
Right.
But also, you may just look at it and say, who cares? You know, blocking it 3 times is fine.
I could see 1 or 2 of these in a sideboard.
It's not bad.
It is not pummelable.
I do
Blue
think...
plus Tunic. 2 blues plus Tunic. It's
okay, sure. I mean, like, anything's pummelable at that point. We're gonna just pummel pulverize out of hand. It's possible.
But my issue with it, I think if you're trying to make the mill deck, this is what you're supposed to do into the matchups that are happy blocking you, right? This is their way to like offensively mill people. Because if you look at like Daily Grind, like that's a defensive mill card. Leave a Dent is a mill card that realistically never actually gets casted out. Put them in their place is a mill card in theory. So you're like, it's supposed to be an offensive mill card, but I just don't know. Like,
I mean, a Guardian opens leave a dent. Don't you just get scared shitless though? Like you have to block whatever they're going to do. But I mean,
Yeah, but that like adds a card. If they have full tempo, this card feels fine. Like
leave a dent. You've heaved a fucking binding down there. You're going hot. I mean, I
really think the only good mill card is grind them down. Yeah, all these other mill cards are too situational. A 3 for 7 is just solid. It blocks 3, and if your opponent says no to it, it takes 4 cards out of their deck.
Yeah, I like leave a dent, but it's like when I was asking for like upgrades in the blue base, that is an upgrade. But that's like how bad the blue base is.
Yeah.
It's not a compliment to leave a dent. That's a
I get it.
Knock on the rest of the blue base.
I mean, I don't know. They're trying with the archetype, and I think the way the clash is, they wanted other guardians to be able to kind of take into the flavor of clashing rather than it just being a Victor thing. Even though Victor gets one a benefit and two a reroll for it, but I mean, other guardians are just as good at clashing theoretically. I mean, Betsy runs insanely big attacks. I mean, there's I don't know. I mean, daily grind doesn't feel like a bad second cycle. I mean, people have pitch stacked their decks or threat density their decks, and you go out there and whammo 4 cards off their deck. Like, those are power cards potentially.
I mean, there are going to be formats.
And if you know what your top 4 cards are, they're all. I mean, like, you just roll it. I mean, I'm not saying you do, but
there are going to be formats where the mill deck is good. I don't think we're in one of those because the generic cards are better than the Guardian cards in this set.
Do we want to talk about the Super Slam?
Yeah, we're going to do Super Slam. We're going to do Super Slam. But we'll hit these really quick. Come back because I'm pretty sure everyone's heard about these 2 cards. I don't think we have to get too in depth with it. The first one is the one that's like I think is extremely problematic, and that's Fearless Confrontation. It's a 3 cost, 5 attack majestic, so it only comes in blue. It blocks 3, which I find very offensive that there's a hand trap that blocks 3. Instant, discard this, target attack, it's -1 attack, and loses and can't gain dominate. This card is so messed up.
They could have worded this card just slightly differently, and it would have been perfect.
Yeah, it should say it should say target attack with dominate, loses and can't gain dominate, and gets -1 attack.
Yes.
I'm hoping it's a typo because this is crazy.
A 3 block hand trap.
Well, okay, that's something very significant. And Ripple Away. Ripple Away is a 3 block.
It's so conditional though. Yes, it is strong.
This one I loathe because this is a gravy card. Because
so
you can use the instant effect on like a red tipple, and now it's suddenly a starter, right? So after like damage calc happens, instant discard. This gets -1. Nobody cares, and you now have your blue. That's the floor. The ceiling is they attack your chum with a CNC, and you play this to -1 the CNC down to 5.
This counts as playing a blue card if you discard it?
No. No, it counts a blue card hitting
Gravy
the bin.
Just cares. Yeah, Gravy only cares about them hitting the bin. So a blue card would have hit the bin that turn.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, no, that's
you do like
that's too much.
You do have to like red tipple, then in resolution target your tipple.
Mm-hmm. But the fact that's available.
Oh man, is Gravy getting a ban? Because they're bringing this out,
dude. This card pushes him really hard, and it's literally just because the chum interaction and like. Because most other allies you attack, you're usually coming over. But Chum and Humperdinck, you're usually just squeaking in there.
Yeah.
So you attack Swabby, right? Yep. Or Sawbones. Let's say you attack Sawbones, right? And you are an assassin. You put a red infect into a Sawbones, right? Tap Sawbones, play this thing out. Sawbones lives.
I will say, that sucks, but you could still dagger it. Because this is go again. I'm really talking about usually in order to kill a Chum or a Humperdinck, you're usually giving up your action point, and that's where it's like all in. You essentially have 1 card time walked your opponent. They pitched a card, played a card.
Protecting a Whaler.
Yeah, it's wild because it's 1 card protect Whaler, right? So they just pitch 2 other blues and swing at you for 11. You go, well, I had no way to win that.
Yeah, but like my thing is like you're trading a card for a card into Assassin, right? So they went red infect thinking that like, all right, I'm going to clear this Sawbones and then I'm going to deal with the rest of them, right? I'm saving a bunch of pumps to push this bonds that I want to attack them with for like 1 billion, right? They discard the thing. You now have to decide: am I attacking their face with this bonds, or am I going at the sawbones.
You either pump
You know?
the infect to finish off the sawbones, or you throw the dagger into it and just cry.
And now,
Like-
and maybe you turned off the bonds because that was the third react they needed.
Yeah.
Like, this card is problematic. This card is insanely problematic. And the other card is less problematic. It's innocuous, but it's really strong.
I think it's just solid, right?
Yeah.
When this defends, banish any number of action cards from your hand, then add them to the chain link as a defending card. This card's defense is equal to the number of action cards defending on the active chain link. Blade break. It has 0 defense naturally. I think that's the balance of it. This isn't a pair of boots that, like, you just need to cover some low break point or something. You're just willing to shove armor in front of it. You have to commit a card to it as well. But I do think it's kind of cool that it kind of turns any 3 block in your deck into a 4 block. I actually like these boots.
Kind
I
of,
think they're good.
So here's the part that's messed up about them and why. The 2 names for this pack has been Misery Pack Guardian and Mastery Pack Gravy. And because these
What was
boots,
the second name? You chopped it right when you said
Mastery Pack Gravy.
Mastery Pack Gravy. Okay. Yeah.
Because the other half of it is whenever you block with allies, that doesn't trigger the Watery Grave effect on them. So say you had a handful of allies. I confirmed this with the judge. So say you had a situation where you had a handful of allies, or you just had like some allies in your hand that you couldn't get out. Now you can put them in front of a thing and block.
So now you get 1 block on each of your allies.
Yes.
And you put them all into the
what-
graveyard.
Essentially,
Yep.
but through the boots. So it would still be 3 allies get banished, come onto the chain with the boots. It's block 3, but now you've put 3 allies in there to be moved aside to be casted via
Yes.
Watery Grave.
So on that turn cycle, you've only done 3. Say you put 3, say it's like a Bonds, right? Or a Prog. And you just put the boots out there, you block with 3 allies in that hand, right? On that turn, you did a 3-card 3, right? That's not good. But because of how Watery Grave works, that's just delayed value, right?
Right,
You really
'cause
just
they're
had a
gonna-
3-block of boot, put 3 cards in your bin to play later.
And you also dodge the bonds because you got anything in your hand. So you just deplete your hand and say, it's okay, do whatever you want. And all my cards are in the grave now.
Yeah, I think the dodging the bonds is cool.
Man, they
Or
don't
like-
go back to the banish? That's crazy.
No.
Because they get banished and they add the chain link.
They
is
get turned
defending,
face
they're
down
done.
when they leave play. Not when they leave
Yeah.
the chain link or leave your hand or
Yeah. Yeah. So this also gets around Reprise as well. Because they are coming from Banish.
That is true.
That's funny.
However,
I didn't even think
blocking
about
from
that.
hand.
Like, yeah, let's just make
Yeah.
Warrior even
Yeah.
worse. Let's
However,
go.
this does not get around Overpower.
Yep,
Because Marlon specifically says 1 action card. It does not care where it comes from.
yep. So
Yeah.
every card you
So
banish
Overpower's
to
good.
these, I'm sure we're going to see this happen. Someone's going to come in with an Overpower attack with Guardian or Marlon, and someone's going to banish like 2 or 3 cards with these boots, and they're going to go to put them on the chain, and the Marlon's going to go, and puts the 2 cards back in the banish.
So the joke has been, versus Marlon, this is Earth Soul Food. To where, like,
Oh yeah, you can just put Earth cards in the band. Yeah, you can supercharge yourself.
Okay, let's finish.
Yep.
And then add them to the chain link. Oh, it's not optional though. It's not optional unless it's Overpower. It's over.
yeah, so versus an Overpower, like as a Marlin or whatever, you just get to put the cards in the bin.
No, there's just no. That's so gimmicky, but it's funny that that interaction
Yeah.
exists.
It's funny. I don't think it's good, but it is funny.
Man, the anti-reprise
funnies.
interaction's super messed up because you could
Yeah.
Yeah.
banish two 3 blocks and then cover Dory's sword for 8 with no
You can cover it for
reprise
8.
trigger.
Eight's a rough one, but if you do react anyway out of Arsenal, you got up to 12 with no reprise. I mean, it's almost impossible to get over 12. with no
Dory
reprise.
cannot usually clear 8 without reprise.
And if you there's some cards.
Dude, there's
I mean,
a lot of
it's
times.
Overpower
There's a
route,
lot of
things
times.
like that.
There's a lot of times she struggles to clear 5, man, or 4 even.
The problem is that even if you route one of those cards, you've essentially given it back to them. Like you know what I mean? Like it was banished and it was going to the chain. It was going to go to the grave, and so you have to give them the card back. Actually, you can't. No, it's no reprise. Never mind.
Yeah, I was supposed to be
Never
like,
mind.
isn't
We're all-
the
we're all-
bounce effect the
yeah, we're all-
reprise?
We're over. We're over. Doesn't matter anymore. You
Yeah, but the thing is,
can't even get
that
overpower reprise. It's all over. We can't.
Yeah.
We just scoop.
I'm just frustrated because, like, Gravy suddenly just gets really powerful things to be doing out of nowhere. And that's not cool. But it's okay. Guardians get a mill deck.
Okay.
And a reprint of Macho Grande that looks kind of cool.
All right, let's hit up Super
the
Slam.
Macho Grande reprint's cool.
Let's hit up Super Slam.
Yeah, let's talk Super Slam.
All right,
Super Slam.
I mean, these are all cards too. I feel like this is the first set where I've really been, I have to see more cards other than Overcrowded. That card's sweet.
Yeah, that card's insane.
So-
we got Overcrowded and a couple other cards, and then they finally confirmed Toughness and Confidence too.
Do we want to talk about Overcrowded first? Do we just want to get the banger out of the way?
Yeah, let's get Overcrowded out of the way. This is a blue block 2, 0 cost, 1 attack ambush. While this is in your arsenal, you may defend with it. When this attacks,
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's a blue you could draw with a ponder token and put in the bin. When this attacks or defends, it gets +1 attack and +1 defense for each different name among aura tokens in the arena. Okay, so this is actually a pretty complex interaction, and you have to think about a very specific interaction to realize how strong this is. When someone plays Codex of Frailty against you, they make a Frailty token, and they make a ponder token. Those are 2 different names. So now Overcrowded has a defense of 2. You get to put this into your arsenal, and then Slippy goes, leave no witnesses for 4, and you go, block it for 4. And then if he's like, oh, I've got Tunic counter up, I gotcha. He throws Command and Conquer at you. You go, block 4, take 2, big deal, and move on. This is a direct, this is one of the hardest counters to a very strong card that I've ever seen. This automatically makes Codex of Frailty significantly less good. Anyone can run this card because it's generic.
Decks that want to run blue tech can run Overcrowded, and this is such a house of a card.
And even if you just run one, if you go pretty late game against Rangers and Assassins and stuff, just running one of this, if you can get it into the bin, every Codex they play is going to come in for such a low value.
Also, if you are one of these Warrior Guardian brute classes where you inherently have a lot of tokens built into your deck's kit, right? This is so good, right?
Yeah,
play a goblet, arsenal this thing.
Absolutely, and Goblet's one of the we play it all the time. Goblet and Hatchets.
Yeah.
It's blocking for 4 out of arsenal.
Yeah,
crazy good.
Good card. You're a brute. You're Leviah, right? Because your blues still suck currently. Trademark. You play the Pint, right, to get the Might and the Agility token, and you just get to arsenal this thing, block 4, fill up your graveyard. Inherently, that's good. You look at these heroes that they're printing in this set, right? All of them on their hero tokens create various tokens, right? So it's going to come in for 3 a lot just on a base from its own set.
Yep.
Right? And if you look at a card,
toughness.
if you look at a card like Old Leather and Vim, which is a new one that came out, it's a revered brute action, 2 for 6. If you control a toughness or vigor token, this gets +1. When this hits a hero, create a toughness and a vigor token. This now makes Overcrowded a block 4 on its own.
I kind of dig this into mid-range Riptide too. You could do some really funny stuff with this. If you give them a Blood Rot and an Inertia and a Frailty, and you make a Ponder from a big pump on a Falcon Wing or a Bolton Shot, and then this is your last card in hand, you could throw this thing for 7 out of nowhere. It's so funny.
This in Ranger is really good.
I think it has to specifically be Riptide, because Marlin doesn't make that many auras. She makes a Ponder token and sometimes a Blood Rot, but usually she uses her action point to do that. But I also like the idea of this is a card that you could defend with. So it's really funny if you give them a Blood Rot and a Frailty token, and you arsenal this as Riptide. This thing gets to block for 4 out of arsenal just fine. It's kind of and it's a blue. Probably I don't play Riptide to play blues.
Yeah, but it's powerful, and then also it's a 1 power thing for Lyeth as well. I think this is a windmill slam in that deck. This is really good. It'll be a 1 cost thing to put all your might token, or a 1 power thing to put all your might tokens on. It's gonna be good. That card is a full stop banger, and it's maybe the best generic we've seen in a long time. Well, besides Shelter. But like that and Shelter are like the two best generics we have seen
All right.
in a very long time.
So the next spoiler that we got at about the same time was Outside Interference. This is the blue do nothing that Noah's super excited about.
It's not a blue do nothing. It's a good blue.
It is a 3-cost blue 6. Makes me so excited, except it's a reviled brute action, not a brute action. 3-cost blue 6, 0 defense. So that's also a little bit of a Debbie Downer, but it has instant. Discard this. You may reveal a reviled attack action card from your inventory and put it into your hand.
Say something nice about Outside Interference. It's technically a popper versus prism.
That's it. That's like the only nice thing I have. It's a blue popper.
I like that it's a blue 6 for draw discard effects. I don't know if you're going to be playing those in KO because his hero power wants to make things 6s as opposed to playing like natural 6s.
But Tough Nut wants this. If it said
Tough Nut
Revered
would
card,
love this.
Tough Nut. This would be so good in Tough Nut.
We don't know enough about the reviled attack actions. I do like blues that can turn into reds.
Okay.
You draw a hand.
Let me talk about, here's a problem that you already talked about. You like blues that turn into reds, but why wouldn't you just put the red card in your deck to begin with?
What if it's like a ratio thing, right?
Yeah.
True.
And
I mean, this is
it's
going to
like,
pitch for,
yeah, like what if it's a ratio thing, or like you just drew a bunch of blues when you really needed like a red threat? Just like, I don't know, have a red threat in the sideboard. Or like you do, say you play like a 2-2-2 split and you leave like the extra 3 of each or whatever in your sideboard for it. You get to pull them out. I don't know. Like, I think this is a card we're going to need to see a lot more reviled attack actions. But I think it is okay. I do not think it is insane. I think it is fine.
Yeah,
it's super
I don't like
flavorful, though.
It is.
It's insanely flavorful.
Now, here's like the one way it could be good. If there is a good reviled attack action that has an effect when it blocks. Because it could either be your blue pitch or it could be a sweet block card.
Maybe. Or it could just be your attack action for the turn, where it's like...
Yeah. I would
you're
love
allowed to, there's like some...
I'd love to turn it into a
like,
block 4, though.
It gets the unlimited tag or whatever Copper Cog has on it. So there's just like some reviled attack that's like really strong, and you just get to pull a couple of them out of the sideboard. I don't know. There's ways to make that card strong.
We'll have to see a couple things more. Anything that gets to pull something out of the inventory lets you do things. I mean, it's an instant speed too. So it just one, the flavor, like we talked about, really neat, underhanded cheat, whatever it may be, reviled heroes, blue, coming and cheating. It's always really cool. We'll see.
So the next card that got spoiled is a card that's just straight up good. This is in the palm of your hand. It's a 2-cost, 3-block aura with suspense. Suspense, if you remember, it's a card that comes in with 2 suspense counters, so it's very similar to Steam counters. And at the start of your turn, remove a suspense counter from it. Same thing, the Steam. When it has none, you destroy it when you can't remove a counter. When this enters or leaves the arena, draw a card. So this sounds like it's tempo negative. It doesn't get your action point back. But considering how we're pretty sure Pleiades will revolve around needing auras in play and things with suspense on it and stuff to really function correctly, the fact that this card replaces itself card-wise, so you could play this card, draw a card, arsenal a card, and on the turn, on your go turn when it's ready to pop, just gives you an extra card in hand.
You're in like 5. Yeah, you feel good, and if it's a turn, you're gonna you're taking an extra turn or whatever, then. You get to kind of.
You can
cycle
also
with that
activate
as well.
Pleiades to make it to where it's like this comes in with 2 suspense counters,
Mm-hmm.
and then on that turn cycle, move one of the suspense counters. So like when you need to draw the card, you can change it like how soon you draw that card.
Yeah, or you could make it later sometimes, right? You can move it from one thing to another. If you're like, okay, I'm not going to be able to use another card no matter what. I want to like send this to the next turn.
This is the card that makes me excited for Guardian again. By the way,
Pleiades,
I think looks good. She looks fun.
there's a vision there. When I saw this card, I was like,
Yeah.
all right, there's a vision, and that makes me
Plus,
happy.
plus standing ovation. I mean, hell, you got to get it to hit, but she's got the thing that says you can't block with two or more non-block cards or whatever. So, like, standing ovation, you ramp your own suspense counters out. 3 of them leave. You play standing ovation. They can only block with block cards. It's going to hit.
We have confidence, finally. Confidence was also spoiled at the same time. It's at the start of your turn, destroy this. Then the next attack action card you play this turn cannot be defended by 2 or more non-block cards. This includes defense reactions. So, like...
Yeah, this is
you
big.
have Spinal Crush... You can't go card plus D-React to cover it.
No, it says by more than 2 non-block cards.
Oh, more than 2, sorry. So you can block 6.
Yeah,
sorry.
I don't think the goal here is to necessarily get a crush. The goal here is to leak when the opponent doesn't want you to leak.
Mm-hmm. It's a form of evasion, which, like, and not having to pay extra into it like you do with Bravo and Betsy is such a big deal to me.
Also, like, it makes cards like Pummel, like, very, very brutal. Like, so hopefully we get another... I don't want any more Pummels in Flesh and Blood, but another attack reaction that, like, maybe targets Guardian cards that does something of some similar value-wise would be nice,
I
too.
think Pummel sucks, by the way. Like, I think Pummel 2025 is bad.
I just don't think it's a great card, but Command & Conquer Pummel is my least favorite interaction in the entire game.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
It is a very toxic interaction. They also recreated Pummel, by the way. The art looks really good.
I
really
know,
like
which means Pummel's not going anywhere. That card.
No. They made that new Pummel, and it looks pretty good.
That card's going to continue to be the most high rolly card ever because most of the time it's just a 2-block that makes you die.
Yep, that is true. Or lose your Clash.
What else did we see? We saw Standing Ovation. We haven't talked about that yet.
Yeah, that's take an extra turn.
Yeah, this is, we're going to walk through time while we talk about Standing Ovation. It's a blue 6 cost, 8 power, 3 block. If 3 or more auras of suspense have left the arena this turn, this gets when the sits your hero, take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of the next end phase, they draw up to their intellect. So basically, I hit you with this. You block with 2 cards because this has confidence on it.
Right.
It hits. I'm going to draw up to 4. If your intellect is 4, you will draw up to 4 as well.
And most likely, you'll go Swing Anathos, Arsenal Pass. But that's why it's balanced. I think we're playing in a class that that really struggles to use like a free extra turn, especially when their opponent gets to draw back up to 4.
So when I talked about upgrading the Guardian Blue base, this is what I'm talking about. Like, that is an upgrade to the Guardian Blue base that is impactful, and it's awesome.
This is a big blue.
It's also cool with confidence because, like, even though you might struggle to really convert very meaningful stuff around it, the fact that your opponent can only block with 2 cards, they're going to draw back up to their 4 intellect, but you leaked damage anyway. Now you take another turn, another confidence breaks, you leak damage again because the most they could block with the 2 cards. That's actually a really cool interactive way to try to generate like a lethal setup by just leaking like 3 or 4 points of damage over 2 turn cycles in a row, and they can't do much about it because of they can't just block down their whole hand.
The hand filter sucks because you only get to filter 2 cards, so you can't like go, okay, I'll just ditch these and drop a better D-Rat. You can't.
They gotta set up a confidence token. They gotta set up a confidence token when they want this thing to pop, though.
And we know Pleiades' other token. Her other token is the toughness tokens. So she's just going to be able to block well and set up like her good power turns.
Yeah, toughness is you get 1 block on your next action card that you block with.
But it pops on your opponent's face, which is really good. So this is what Tough Nut will be using too, because Tough Nut will be playing with the toughness tokens. Hence the name, obviously, Tough Nut. Yeah. Didn't he get another card? Didn't they reveal something for him? They revealed the...
That was the card I talked about at the beginning. Old Leather and Vim.
Oh, Old Leather and Vim. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really high on those effects, where it's like if you control one of the 2 tokens, this gets +1, and when it hits a hero, like 2 tokens.
2 for 7, blocks for 3. Hell, that's
that was good. One of my favorite. That was one of my favorite parts of playing heavy hitters, trying to like set up your tokens to be on the field to use them in the right ways, or trying to set up when you shouldn't have them and stuff or using those like really high value armor packs and like using your gear equivalently so you don't lose to a down but not out.
Uplifting Performance is like an exciting card to me because if you control confidence and toughness, or like this makes 2 tokens, even if the blue, right? So say you control a confidence token, right? This comes in at a 6, right?
3 for 6, yeah. And
Like,
if it hits,
it demands as a blue, it demands 2 cards to block in front of it, because otherwise you get to like start snowballing these confidence tokens, and you get a toughness token. So
Wait, do you
it's a
get
blue
both?
3 for 7.
yeah, you get.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
You get
When this
confidence
hits your
and-
hero, yeah.
Dang,
that
is-
feels
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of value.
Based off the numbering of the blue one, the blue uplifting performance is super 16, and Thespian Charm is super 13. So we could have the red one. We could have a red one, which would be a 3 for 8. And if you have a confidence on it, it just keeps going.
Yeah, there's spaces for a red and yellow uplifting performance. So
Yeah.
it's likely actually.
Yeah, like those cards are good.
Dang, I like that all the charms are also super rares too. I forget it's the only time they brought it back, but that's super cool.
Yeah.
That means they're going to be very, very special. What if they're going to do
These are-
marvels for the charms, or is it only going to be?
But, no, we've already seen
maybe-
Marvels for the charms, I thought.
So it is. So it is marvels for the charms. That's awesome. Yeah. That's neat. That's neat. I'm mildly excited for the set. I think Tough Nut's kind of cool. I actually think Pleiades might be one of the most fun heroes that I've looked at. I think there's a lot of setup there, but you jump through the hoops and you feel like you get rewarded with their thing. And the flavor's so neat, right? Suspense. I'm building. Oh, I've got all these auras in, and boom, you do your standing ovation. Like it's so on flavor. It's so neat. I really like it.
I was ready to sell my Guardian collection, and then I saw in the palm of your hand, and that got me back into Guardian. Like, no, seriously. Like, I was ready to just be out on Guardian. I was going to be Wizard and Runeblade guy. But I'm genuinely excited for both of these Guardians now. They are
Super
both
Slam's
super
gonna be
interesting.
fun. Let's get there and scream like we're playing a wrestling match.
I'm most intrigued by how limited it's gonna work. Like,
Well, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be the
Guardian
Wild
and
West.
Brute, but no weapons.
You don't need
is-
weapons.
Clearly,
You don't need weapons. Most of these heroes act based on their hero power and the cards they play. Tough Nut, you flip it into there. Oh, they cheered me. Bam, play that for free. Slam it in. It's all that matters. And you're blocking with your cards. I don't know. It's gonna be wild. Let's just enjoy it. And the crack shelf will
no,
play
I'm
coming
gonna
up.
negative Nancy super hard. Okay, speaking of negative Nancy, let's in like 5 minutes. Let's discuss probably the most controversial thing that's happened in the
Oh
past
yeah, I
week or
forgot
so.
about that.
That we've gone to the
Yeah, we
11th hour.
Totally forgot about that.
Okay, you can only enter one ProQuest and win in a season. So if you win a ProQuest, you'll get rejected in Gem when you try to enter a ProQuest for the rest of the season.
You can enter as many as you want until you win.
Yes.
Until you win. Once you have
So-
won, there's no pass
yes.
down anymore. There is just you are not allowed to enter. And here's kind of the two sides. Number one side is thank God people can't come steamroll with 800 of their friends and pass it down. Number two, some of these communities though are so small that if they don't allow these players to play, who the hell are they playing against? Because once they win, they can't play again. And a lot of these communities have already expressed it. We barely have enough. You're keeping us from playing flesh and blood. I mean, who are we gonna be playing against? When they win, he wins, he wins. They can't join anymore. So there's a lot of mixed feelings about this and across the board.
So I'm going to say that this is my opinion of why LSS is doing this. I don't think they like the idea of people like getting in their car, rolling 5 or 6 deep, going to these PQs, farming gold foils, and getting over the course of a season, getting all 6 people an invite because they're going around stomping PQs. My opinion, players should just try to get better. I know different people have different amounts of resources and stuff, but I don't think you should really be stopping that level of play. I think if you're going to offer the gold foil and you're going to offer like invites to Pro Tour, if someone wants to spend the time traveling and spending the money for the entry fee, and like, because sometimes it's a card game. You show up, you spent 2 hours driving, you paid your $35, and then you just lose the first 2 rounds, you're gone. Like, and maybe the rest of the people in your car, they're doing okay, and you're just sitting around doing nothing for 4 hours. That's a thing that
There's
could
a
happen.
cost there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think people are, if they're willing to pay that cost, you should let them play the game that they were willing to drive 2 hours and pay $35 to do. That's how I feel.
At the PQ that I won last season, right? There was a guy who made top 4 and lost in top 4. And we had to take a picture afterwards, right? Like of the top 4 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of us are all like smiley and happy and all that. And this happened right before the finals. And he just puts like a sad face on his phone instead of like holding up his hero token, because he is one of those like travel around grinder types. And that was a negative experience. Like that's something that's like stuck with me as a negative experience. But
because
that's
it's
his
nothing.
fault. Like if he wanted, like how would I say this? If you are trying to reduce those types of people, they still have to win. And winning is hard. Like
It is.
Unless you're... Now, we've all seen the picture of Justin Koo just being like, I just won 7 PQs this season. And like, he is clearly the strongest player in his area. And he's going to win any event he goes to in the Philippines because he is the strongest player in his area.
And like in the United
like,
States, the only place you could do that like you did in the Philippines is like the Northeast. Nowhere else has stores close enough that you could just like easily hop around to 7 PQs in a season.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have to travel like lengths to even get to 3 or 4.
Yes.
Yeah. If I didn't drive to that one, and like the thing that they're trying to stop of like a bunch of people hopping in a car and winning a PQ somewhere, I wouldn't have played a single PQ that season anyways. So like, it's because literally my schedule, like I was planning on doing one every single weekend. My schedule went to hell. I couldn't.
It's double-edged, right? I think that when you ban these players, and it's what it is, when you restrict them from joining, you level the playing field down. But if you water the playing field down, and I make no excuses, I understand that they want people to have like an entry into competitive Flesh and Blood. I mean, I myself would like to qualify and play, right? But like, I need to put the time and invest in, and I would rather put the time and invest and beat players of a high caliber, because that's what I'm going to face when I go there, rather than play a watered down field, feel like I've done something, and then get mollywopped the second I go to that tournament. It is a competitive game, and I think that those are the hurdles that you need to take. I get the gold foil thing. If that's a problem, take gold foils away from it. Lower the incentive. I mean, put other pricing and lower it. Take away the gold foil. If you're worried about people farming it, just take it away. I would much rather still play for the invite and still play against players of a high caliber than have to worry about that.
And you want to know the people who are going to get PQ invites, a lot of times, the people who are trying to get the PQ invites, you know what it turns into? You're in top 2, and the one guy's like, I'm not going to Singapore, and the other guy's like, I'm going to go to Singapore, and they go, handshake, now let's play a game of Flesh and Blood.
Right. And that's usually what happens anyway.
That's the issue.
Whether
right?
that's like...
That's
kosher. Yeah.
Here's my thing, right? If they were trying to eliminate the gold foil farming, there were better ways to handle that, right?
I don't think it eliminates it at all.
It does. Well, kind of.
Does it? Because, like, you would think in general there's going to be, like, one person in top 8 who actually will go to the ProQuest, or Pro Tour, and there might be 7 people who are all like,
I just want the gold foil.
I'll just take the gold foil. I'm going to literally throw.
Yeah.
Because, like...
Yeah, by the way, a funny judge thing is tournament winners are supposed to be decided by a game of Flesh and Blood. So if both people don't want to win the event, they will play, and the loser is the one that gets registered in Gem. That is something that like judges have talked about.
Yeah.
And are like preparing for. But my thing is like, that may happen. I don't know how realistic that is yet. We will see. And that may very well be the scenario. But I think there were better ways if you're trying to get rid of people from gold foil hunting.
I mean,
if you're trying to amp up the number of people who go to the Pro Tour, just make it be top 4. Right? Like top 4, like we do for RTNs. Right?
Yeah.
Or just make it the finals. Both players in the finals, no matter what, win-will slam. Congratulations, you both get your PQ. Or your PT or Pro Tour invite or whatever they call it now.
Take the damn gold foils away. I'm serious. Just add price support.
No, you can do it other ways. Like you make the gold foil pass down. Like if you've won already this season, you literally can't win another one. But
okay, I like that too.
But like that also means that they need to bump up the like top 8, top 4 incentive just a little bit. And it's really not that hard for them to do that. They just need to put
Yeah,
more
they can make
like little
banger prizes.
like other little cards. Things that are not as big as gold foils, but they've got so many opportunities to do alternate printings.
Plenty of promos, weird gem packs. They could call it Pro Tour packs.
So the other thing that I've thought about as a reason why they might do this is to get an accurate representation of LL points. Because
of living legend point the distribution instead of having all the the heavy hitter players getting all the living legend points.
No, the other direction, right? I'm a Dromai player. I have the Pro Tour coming up. I don't want Dromai to LL. It is in my interest. So I play a
different hero.
To either play a different hero or make it to the finals on Dromai and instantly scoop.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. How about this?
Or like
what if you what if you win?
I will say
sorry. You finish your thought. No, I'll go.
Yeah. Because the big thing that I think they are trying to get rid of, in my eyes, is the amount of splits that happen in the finals of events. James White wants tournaments played out into finality. That is fine. I get it. That's what if he is trying to achieve that, I get that. And I actually genuinely respect that. I do. Yeah. As someone who has benefited from splits, like, that should not be the modus operandi, in my opinion. But I think there were better ways to incentivize that than saying players can't play after like one more.
What if you get locked out of your hero for the season?
What can you play because now you're on a different hero?
If you win a ProQuest, you can't enter into a ProQuest with the same hero again.
I think the better solutions in my eyes,
I like that.
You could do some pretty drastic changes. The first one that I would like to see is points going to top 8 at fractionals as opposed to, or even top 4, top something, right? Not just the winner though, right? Because we can do fractionals now. Because like say Dory can make it into a top 8, top 4 of a PQ pretty easily, but Dory winning that said PQ is a lot tougher, right?
Yeah, but I don't want LL points if I didn't win. Hold on now.
Yeah, and no, that's how I think there's something like James White saying something similar that's why only first place gets the LL points because he thinks that like only the winner gets it.
That's a possible reasoning why, but like if you're wanting to get a better tracking of LL and you want to get a better picture of what metas look like, make it top XYZ. That's a possibility. If James White doesn't like that, that's fine. If you want to get rid of gold foils, but you want to amp up the prizing for top 8 and top 4 so people aren't just farming these top 8s and 4s or these gold foils, that's another perfectly valid like way to do it. The thing is that's sad is we have suggested 4 or 5 ideas without like putting tons of thought into it in the past 10 minutes. And this is what we got.
Okay. The not offering gold foils has actually grown on me a little bit. If they just completely cut gold foils from ProQuests, then you don't have people like going around farming. Once they win one, they're done. But the people who want to come in and play and maybe get the top 8 promo, or they just want to go with their friends who are still trying to win their ProQuest, they get to play.
Then they still get to go and play. Yeah,
because like
there's better pricing.
The one that I won, I didn't care about the gold foil. I wanted the points.
You want the invite and the points.
Yeah, I wanted the points and the invite. Like, that was the cool thing to me.
So did they just maybe incentivize stores to do better pricing support? Like
they can't, because unfortunately you're going to have stores, like some of the stores that we have down here, that just do the bare minimum pricing that LSS tells them to do.
There are plenty of ways. There's so many cards in this game that can be alternate arted. That just like they created this gem pack to incentivize armory play.
That's so close to the same as a gold foil. That's so close to the same as a gold foil. It would really need to just be generic pricing support, right? Like you have your top 8 promos, but
no one is farming skirmishes, right? So say even if you are a grinder, right? You do your 3 CLFs. I didn't hear of anybody grinding skirmishes past 3.
Yeah, they might go to 3, and if they just happen to win all 3, thumbs up. But you're right, like they'll just buy them instead because they're reasonably costed.
Exactly. So like make the top 8 pricing great again, right? We used to get cold foil heroes for top 8. That was sick.
It was.
And now, like, we get the Batter to a Pulp and Promising Terrain promos, and they're both fine.
Yeah, Batter to a Pulp, if I would have...
Yeah.
I got rid of my cards a little too early. I had those, and I kind of wish I held them for like another month because I would have gotten like $20 more each on them. But
yeah, like they're good. Don't get me wrong, but like we used to get like a $200 promo just for making top 8. Like Marvel Azuri was really, really, really pricey at one point, and I sold 2 of them.
oh, okay.
Something to think about, and sound off in the comments what you think they should do and how you feel about it.
Yeah.
There are so
there's
many
no real right
solutions to
answer
this.
in this, so just this is a great one to kind of throw out to you guys.
I'll tell you, I don't think any solution should be telling players they can't play the game.
No,
Yeah.
I think that's the one that hurts the most. I think that's the one that people feel slighted about the most. And there are just communities, like I've said, very small, that may get 1 or 2, and you're basically going to eliminate players that people want to play against, that people want to see. Like, sorry, I can't go. I mean, I'm not allowed to.
Or you have those
And that just feels
communities.
bad.
You have those communities that like maybe struggle to get like a full off
Enough.
ProQuest
Right.
fired, and if like 1 or 2 people win, that's in that car of 5 that shows up. Now that 5 doesn't show up at all, and then the ProQuest doesn't fire. And you know what happens if you don't fire a ProQuest and you try to? LSS bans you from having ProQuests. That's in their like verbiage. If you try to fire a ProQuest with under 8 players, they ban you.
This is going to be such a problem for a bit.
We'll see.
I hope LSS is very lenient during this time period while we all figure it out. But
man.
They're
Like-
good at
And
putting
the people
things
who
out, and then
don't pay attention to policy. Oh God, I just imagine driving
yeah.
2 hours and they're like, "What do you
you're
mean
going
I
to
can't enter?"
have 500 because it's like 500 events a season, right? All across the globe. And you say you have like 100 in the last week, that's 400 players that you're just telling to not play the game for some period of time.
Womp womp.
yeah, we'll have to figure it out. It's something to think about. Sound off, and we'll probably revisit this as things
Once it
unveil or
gets
flesh
updated
out.
to something else.
Yeah.
Okay, this is one of our
Potentially.
longest podcasts in quite a while. It's okay. We had a lot to talk about. I always think that this is gonna be a short one because there wasn't a lot of Flesh and Blood news since we're on the down low coming out of ProQuest. Then like we went, we're gonna squeak in at like 91 minutes when I finish editing this. So
We'll take it.
All right. Where can everybody find you, Thomas?
Wet the System Fab on Twitter, at Wet the System on Discord, and I'm like doing sometimes 2 streams a week with the Card Guys as well. So you find me on the Card Guys YouTube pretty often.
All right, Justin.
J_EVS on EVS5 on Twitter and Jevzo5 everywhere else. And yeah.
I'm at Big Max Fab on Twitter, at Big Max on Blue Sky. Still opening packs every day on the YouTube channel, and we'll try and figure out some more, I don't know, content to throw out there. Some game related shorts. I'd like to. I don't know, something fun. Anything that's funny or pizzazzy that happens in games we play by ourselves. Just gotta start recording it. But other than that, if nobody has anything else, thank you for joining us as always. We hope you enjoyed catching up with this week. And if you did, subscribe or follow and leave a comment, chime in, hit that like button on depending on where you found us to catch us again next time. Until then, take care of yourselves. And remember, we are all siblings in cardboard. And because I told you guys there's a brand new pummel coming out, I promise you that card says the same thing. It's really neat. It's got this big hammer, but you still have to discard a card if you're hit with it.
Man, it'd be
It does have
funny
text.
if there was like a full art one that didn't have the text on it.
Now then, you can get away with it. But read your cards. Do your triggers. Take care.